Hello, I am Scotty Lehman, the Public Safety Information Officer for the Coconut Creek Police Department, and welcome to this edition of Creek Talk alongside Officer Micallef. Thanks for being here. And we're going to talk today about bicycle safety. So first of all, especially with all the kids being out of school nowadays, since it's summer, we're going to see a lot more of them out on their bicycles. So what do drivers need to remember when trying to share the road safely with bicycles?
When drivers are riding on the roadway, they need to be careful of the cyclists riding either in the bike lane on the side of the road or traveling and sharing the same lane with them. It's best to always use about a 3-foot clearance in between the bicyclist and the motorist, and when you're passing them or riding alongside of them. Also, when they're driving, if they're going to make a turn and they have a cyclist riding alongside them, it'd probably be best to let the cyclist go ahead and make the turn after the cyclist. This way it avoids a collision from occurring.
And also the bicyclists have a certain amount of responsibility, a good amount of responsibility also to be safe. So what do they need to remember? Some tips for them.
Cyclists need to be aware that they need to follow the same rules of the road as the motorists. So in other words, if there's a stop sign, they need to stop at the stop sign just like a motorist would. They also need to stop at red lights and obey the same traffic rules and yield the right of way when need be.
And don't be like I was back when I was a teenager and a middle schooler. Got to wear a helmet, right? Make sure everything on the bike is, your reflectors are all good, all things like that.
Correct. For in the state of Florida, any riders under the age of 16 are required to wear helmets. It is state law. It's always a good idea to do a safety equipment check to check the pressure of your tires. If you're going to be riding out in the early morning hours or in the evening hours, to make sure that you have operating lights on your bicycle. Again, it's law that you should have white light in the front of your bike, a red light in the rear. Wear a helmet, even if you're over the age of 16. It's safety. It's a good idea to also wear eye protection and gloves. Riding gloves are really good, especially in South Florida, with wearing sunscreen and sweating. It helps with your grip, it has extra padding, and if you should have a crash, it helps with abrasions to the hands.
And by the time you guys, the officers, get to the crash scene to investigate it or observe the moving violation, it's always too late. That's why prevention, like we're doing now, is so important.
Correct. And another good thing would be with the kids being out from school right now, in parking lots or driveways before you go out, you want to take that extra look to make sure that there's not a small child traveling on the sidewalk, because again, you can ride on sidewalks in the state of Florida. And also with car doors, if you're opening your door on the side of the roadway, you want to look first to make sure there's not a cyclist coming down the roadway as you open your car doors.
Well, hey, great job. For Officer Micallef, I am Scotty Lehman, and for this edition of Creek Talk, that is it for now. We'll see you next time.